In this question, if g of x is equal to x squared times sine of 2x, find g dash of pi on 6, and that's just a full stop. So before you can find g dash of pi on 6, you need to find g dash of x, or the derivative of this function. And the other thing to notice is that it's a product of two separate functions of x. One of the functions is x squared and the other one is sine of 2x. So you must use the product rule. So start by going g of x equals uv, and the derivative g dash of x, the formula is u dash v plus v dash u. And if I write u over here, so u is going to be one of the functions, I'm going to let it equal x squared, and v equal the other function, which is sine of 2x. So from here, u dash, or du dx, is equal to 2x, and here v dash is equal to the derivative of sine of 2x. So the way you do that is the derivative of this part is 2, and the derivative of sine of something is cos of that same something. And I've really used the chain rule there in disguise. If you really need to use the chain rule to derive that, you'll need to use other letters than u and v, or you're going to get all mucked up with having another set of u and v. So any other two letters would do to use the chain rule to derive that if you needed to. So now subbing in those values into here, so u dash is 2x times by v, which is sine 2x, plus v dash, which is 2 cos 2x, times by u, which is x squared, and now replacing the x's with pi on 6. So next step is 2 times, and x is pi on 6, times by sine of 2 times pi on 6, and I'm going to put that in a bracket, plus 2 cos bracket 2 times pi on 6 times pi on 6 all squared. So make sure when you are substituting a fraction for x that you put it in brackets if it's raised to a power like that. Next step. So a whole number times a fraction. A couple of ways you can do this. If you know what you're doing, you can just times the top number here, pi, by that number 2, or the other way is to put 2 over 1, 2 divided by 1 equals 2, and then multiply tops together and bottoms together, or cancel if you can. And 2 into 2 goes once, 2 into 6 goes 3 times, and then 1 times pi is pi, and then on the bottom 1 times 3 is 3, and that's multiplied by sine of, and now you know that that's equal to pi on 3, you can just write that in, plus 2 cos of pi on 3 times by pi squared, which is pi squared, over 6 squared, which is 36. Now don't mix these two up, and the safest way of making sure you don't do that is put that in a bracket there. I really don't like multiplying things after trig functions, like in case they get mixed up with the angle. I like to put them out the front. However, if you just put it in a bracket like that, that will remind you that that is not part of that angle there. Okay, and I'll just scroll up a little bit so I can finish this off, and then pi on 3 times by sine of pi on 3, one of your exact values, and that's equal to root 3 on 2, plus 2 times, now cos of pi on 3 is equal to 1/2, and then times by pi squared on 36. And once again, 2 times 1/2 is equal to 1 whole, or if you like, just times 2 by that 1, and you get 2 over 2, which equals 1, or you can put it over 1 and go 2 into 2 goes 1, 2 into 2 goes 1, 1 times 1 is 1, or 1 times 1 times pi squared is, I'll get to it in a sec. So pi times root 3 is just pi root 3, and on the bottom there you'll have 6, and then plus, and now 1 times pi squared is just pi squared, and on the bottom 1 times 1 times 36 is 36, and that's your final answer.